Just keep it super simple and we can extrapolate from there, right? Estimating the impact of removing the bottom 15% to society, assuming this refers to socioeconomic status. Though the question is vague, it's tricky to and speculative. Yo, I just got a bot. They said, hey, how you doing? And I responded with, I'm 5. And they left. I will say, Muffin, be careful with doing something like that, because there is an Autobot on Twitch that if you say you're under 13, it will automatically ban you. So be wary of that. So always try to keep statements like that as vague as possible. Because you do say I'm under 50 or under 13, you might get banned. That would suck. Even if it's a joke, because it's just automatic, especially if you're typing it. They're a bot because they said cute Muffin. There's a bot because they're running a script. Anyone who says that specific way, it was a typo. They purposefully use typos to like it's a technique to like filter people out, right? Estimating the impact of removing the bottom 15% of society, assuming this refers to socioeconomic status, though the question is vague, is tricky and speculative. No reliable data or studies directly quantify how many societal problems, crime, poverty, unemployment, would be resolved by such a drastic measure. However, socioeconomic factors like poverty and the lack of education are correlated to the issues like crime and health. Disparities, for instance, the bottom 20% of income earners in the U.S. account for the disproportionate but not overwhelming share of certain problems. About 30% of violent crimes, arrests, and 25% homelessness based on available data. Okay, go back. Bye-bye. Sounds good, Muffin. Limiting this group wouldn't erase these issues entirely, as many problems stem from systematic factors, not just individuals. Wealthier groups also contribute to societal issues. Environmental degradation, a rough guess. Accounting for overlap and complexity might suggest removing the bottom percent to address 10 to 20% of measurable problems like crime and poverty related costs. Assuming no ripple effects or issues, the crimes being committed by the lower end of society are due to a lack of resources. So imagine a society, like in my book, inside a crystalline tree, where you do not get hungry, you do not get tired, you do not need to sleep.
What's up, FUKAA?
Trash! Hello, what's up, fucka? We're just chilling out, bro. We are figuring out what would be statistically, like what statistically are the problems that the bottom 15% of society faces. Are those problems sex, drugs, and violence? And we're basically establishing the idea that I think in my book that I am like proposing is in a post-scarcity society where you don't need anything. I just personal best by 0.005 again. Nice. Top 150. Hell yeah, Muffin. That's how it's done. Fuck yeah. Congratulations, bro. Yeah, if you have like no need or want or desire, and then it's like all the problems are caused by the 15% of people that are either addicted to violence, addicted to sex, or addicted to drugs. Not need sleep. There is a separate society for the most degenerate people. drugs, sex, or violence as their needs met. This measure, what could possible unrest in the society caused by? This is a big one. I will play Red Dead Redemption 2 when I get back home. Hell yeah, absolute masterpiece. Hell yeah. Indeed. Indeed. Society like the one described in your book, Inside the Crystalline Tree, where basic needs like hunger, fatigue, and sleep are eliminated, and where a separate society caters to those with extreme addictions, drugs, sex, and violence, sources of societal unrest would likely shift from resource scarcity to psychological, social, and existential factors. Here are potential causes of unrest based on the scenario you've outlined. The bot came bat wrote a paragraph about design stuff. The massive rideable lizard mod. Hell yeah. Anyways, back to my absolute masterpiece of a comedy. Totally great trash. I love it. Inequality in status or power. Even if material needs are met, humans tend to create hierarchies based on status, influence, or access to unique experiences. Some individuals have more control. Ideological conflicts, overindulgence in separate society. The separate society meets the needs of those with addictions. Unchecked indulgence could escalate behaviors. For example, violence addiction might lead to increasing extreme acts, spilling over into the main society. No, they don't spill over into the main society. They're literally separated. If you want to do those things, you go there. They're like literally like a private server for you to go on if you want to do those things. Low taper fade ain't readable. Oh, like the text on the screen? It's just like the more you zoom in, the more it fucking puts shit on your screen. It's fucking stupid. That's why I like using Notepad, because it doesn't have all this extra bullshit. Psychological maladaptions. Since your society eliminates resource-driven crime, the unrest would likely stem from these non-material sources. Quantifying their impact is impossible without more data on your world structure. But they could realistically account for significant tension, perhaps 30-50% of what we traditionally call societal problems. You know what is massive and rideable? Oh. I shouldn't have read that. Anyways, I'm gonna go play Minecraft. True. See ya. Have fun, Trash. Thanks for stopping by, man. Always good to see your face, brother. Humans are adapted to creating conflict, even in ideal conditions. You can share more details about your book's societal rules or governance.
CYAFUCKAA.
Apply these needs to reality. What percentage of crime do you think be removed by removing the bottom 15%? See what it says this time. I'll play after a bit more hunting. Hell yeah. See ya, fucker! True! To address your questions, apply the concept from your book Inside the Basic Needs. Step 1, understanding crime and socioeconomic status in reality. Hi, Callie! How's it going? Welcome, welcome! Violent crime, property crime, drug-related crime, white-collar crime. Applying your book's conditions to reality. So, eliminating hunger. Hunger drives some crimes. For the 18% face food insecurity. Wait, fatigue and sleep. Okay, that really doesn't do anything. Drug is 20 to 25%. Violence is 10 to 15%. So we're up to like 40% impact. Some quantity and return to societal means something else. Most degenerate people, crimes, complex causes, culture, governance, mental health. Your separate society for addicts might introduce new issues, essentially escalating the violent tendencies, which could offset some reductions. If you can clarify what you mean by bottom 15% or provide more details about your book's societal structures. You're here, welcome, Callie. I don't know what to call it. I guess this is kind of a bust. But I mean, 30 to 40% is pretty decent, right? Are we ever able to read 2 stories? Yeah, Callie, we were reading 3, because we were reading yours, we were reading Sean's, and we were reading books. I just like to do 1 chapter per person, per stream. Just, like, for a, like, pacing thing. Right?